The Trump administration is trying to bring back Jim Crow and segregation, and in today's video, we're going to discuss why. So let's go. My name is Ambassador Tim Ford Jr. of the African Union AUCS, and I've been living over in East Africa, Tanzania for almost 5 years now, and I help my people invest, rebuild, and return over to the continent of Africa. But today, we're going to talk about Donald Trump and his administration and the crazy executive order that they just put in place. During Donald Trump's first few days in office, he directed agencies to rid themselves of harmful and wasteful diversity policies and gender ideology extremism. The Trump administration has removed an explicit ban on segregated facilities like waiting rooms, restaurants, and drinking fountains for federal contractors. Now, y'all remember them pictures that we saw when we were growing up and the sign said white only? Well, it looked like they trying to go back to that time and put us in that era. You know, they always talked about making America great again, and we always said, like, when was America actually great for y'all? When did y'all think that we were good? When did y'all think it was actually great? And that is the time when they thought it was great. So he's actively putting things in place and moving towards what he said he would do before he got into office. What is it? It sounds like something up there crawling around. It was a bird. It was a bird walking around. As I was trying to get into my video, that man gonna start climbing on the roof like that. You can't be doing that, birdie. All right, let's go. Now, since taking office, the administration has taken several steps aimed at dismantling diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, which is DEI. Dismantling diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in the federal government and the private sector. In a previous executive order that Trump signed back in January, he revoked executive policies dating all the way back to the Civil Rights Act, and this act helped us get equal employment opportunities, environmental actions designed to protect communities of color, and workforce balancing efforts by federal contractors based on race, gender, and religion. The Civil Rights Act of 1965 aimed to end discriminatory practices in hiring employment on the part of the U.S. government contractors. And in one section of this order, he even encouraged the private sector to end all illegal DEI. So he called diversity, equity, and inclusion illegal, bro. He said it's illegal for us to be having to be forced to work with them, forced to have them in our environment, forced to not have segregation in place. He's calling it illegal to diversify and be included with each other. What does that say to us? What does that tell you? Why are we surprised? Why are we acting like, oh, you know, honestly though, our people aren't surprised. We knew. We saw the writing on the wall. It's a lot of those Europeans who believed in that country, who believed in, you know, that things could change, things could get better, and decided to side with Trump and didn't really believe that he would do what he said he would do. Honestly, we felt like discrimination never ended. From our perspective, definitely where I'm from, Memphis, Tennessee, the southern side of the United States of America, discrimination never ended. They just rebranded it and called it something different. But the fact that the federal government is backing what he's talking about now, things are about to get shaky. And since we're here talking about it, let me give you guys a brief understanding of what DEI really is. DEI was created because marginalized communities have not always had equal opportunities for jobs or felt a sense of belonging in majority white corporate settings. So our people put DEI in place a few years ago to make sure that these people gave us respect, that they let us in the room, that they let us do what we needed to do in order to get what we needed to get in that country. Throughout the past, before Martin Luther King and our people decided to march and ask for integration and ask to be a part of what they were building over in America, before that, they would actually show us how they felt and tell us, stay out of their environment, stay out of their restaurant, don't drink from this water fountain. We don't want to be around y'all. Even though they brought some of our people over there on ships. Some of our people are already over there too, let's just keep it real, but they brought some of our people over there on ships and forced them to work in their fields, forced them to get free labor. And then when it was time to be free and go into the society and go into some of the buildings that we built and enjoy some of the amenities that we worked hard to build, they would literally tell them, no, get out of here. What are you doing, black guy? What are you doing? And some of these white men were so insecure to the point that they felt like our brothers were going to try and take their women from them, when we all know there's nothing is better than black. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. We know how that go. But yeah, they were so afraid of being in the same environment because there was some guilt that they felt. And of course, they were also nervous about how we would retaliate. They did not want to be subjugated to the wrath that we felt of being in that position throughout those hundreds of years. So of course, they wanted their own space. They didn't want us around because that guilt, it eats a lot of them up. Now, Dorelli Rodriguez, the acting co-chief counsel for the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights under law, said, this move weakens the very safeguards that promote equity and inclusion across multiple sectors, including workplaces. So she's like, hey, this move that they just made, this ain't gonna do nothing but weaken everything that we've been working on for the past 60 years and everything that we've been building on and trying to do and trying to get done. We're gonna have to take a back seat, and they're gonna be trying to change things real quick. So, hey, guys, this is sad. This is the sad reality that we're in right now. This is what they are doing in America, and they're letting us know how they feel about us as a people. So I hope and I pray that my people move accordingly and do what needs to be done to not stay subjugated to that environment in the system. She was even quoted saying, the Civil Rights Act remains the law of the land, but laws are only as strong as their enforcement. So there's this sentiment that people feel like, you know what, this executive order that they just put in place, yeah, it's on the federal level, but it's gonna go into the private sector for sure. People that's within the private sector are going to take advantage of this. She was also quoted saying, we hope contractors have the good sense not to reintroduce segregation into the workplaces, but this decision sends a clear message that the federal government does not care if they do. They said the choice is yours. If y'all want to tell them niggas, if y'all want to tell them to get out of there, if y'all want to get them their own space, if y'all want to segregate your workplaces, do what you need to do. We're not going to allow any lawsuits. Usually our people used to use those as opportunities to sue companies, and if they did discriminatory things, they would win because of the Civil Rights Act and things that are in place. But the fact that he's revoking these type of things, like our people will not be able to go to court and even complain and say, oh man, they are not treating me properly, they're not treating me fairly. A lot of our people have been able to come up off of those instances and been discriminated against. Me personally, I've been able to win a case from being discriminated against because my employer was acting wrong towards me and tried to treat me a specific way, and I stood up and I was able to say something and win because he was wrong. But now, that will not be possible. They can tell you they can talk to you recklessly and treat you crazy, and you will not be able to go to court now because the federal government will not hold them accountable because in their eyes, it's okay. This is crazy. Oh my God. This most recent executive order was aimed at the federal level, but the private sector, those good old Southern folk and those people who feel in their heart that they do not want to be around us, they are going to take advantage of these opportunities and things will get crazy. I'm not trying to fearmonger. I'm not trying to scare none of y'all. I'm just trying to keep it real to the realities of what's going on. I don't know if you know it or not, but that country is falling. Things are falling all around the United States of America and within. And the people of that country, the good old boys and girls, the men and women of that society whose grandfathers and grandmothers built that society with the evil things that they did, they are feeling the wrath. They are feeling that their society is falling. So they are trying to do whatever they can to preserve themselves in order to stay in power and to stay in the position that they're in. So they're trying to look and see how they can feel empowered, how they can feel strong, who they can overpower and make themselves be bigger than. And why not take advantage of the black people who are still technically not citizens, and they can still revoke these type of things and remove the laws and things in place that will hold them accountable for taking out their rage and taking out their frustration on us as a people. Think about that for a second. They are removing barriers in place that protected us in those environments. Before the Civil Rights Act, when our people used to try to go and get water on water fountains that said white only, they would get killed for trying to drink some water at a water fountain in a particular environment. They would get hung up on trees. And that still happened to some of our people. They don't report it often, but some of our people are still being lynched to this day because they went into the wrong environment. Just recently, there was a story of two twins who ended up, I think they were in Colorado or something. I don't remember exactly where they went, but they missed their flight and ended up dead because they was in the wrong environment. So this thing has been going on under the table, but the fact that the federal government is putting this on mainstream news and making this okay, our people have to be wise and understand what they are saying and what they are giving people the green light to do and how they are giving them the green light to treat us. Move accordingly. It's about to be white only restaurants, white only water fountains, and white only waiting and conference rooms. They're not gonna want people around. They're gonna say, y'all can go over there, y'all can get that room, and we'll stay over here and we're getting this room over here, all right? As long as you stay over there, we're not gonna have any issues and you won't have any issues with me, all right? And they're gonna try to give those type of speeches and say, oh, we need segregation to stay away from one another so that we can preserve our race. That's what they're doing. So move accordingly, man. Don't be fearful. Don't get scared. I know our people ain't scared anyway. Our people been tired of it for years, so they're ready for war. So I hope people move accordingly and protect themselves and understand what we're dealing with and who we're dealing with and see the writing on the wall. Take it for what it is and take advantage of the opportunities right now. Since we're here, got to show y'all some of the products real quick.
This natural body baby. Natural body.
Yeah. Natural product.
Natural body.
Yeah.
Natural body.
Yeah. Yeah. Come closer. Come. Busy Beachy. We all know our brother, the late, great leader, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He was coined one of the main reasons why the Civil Rights Act of 1965 came into place. So he dedicated majority of his life to working for the people, to trying to put the people in a better position, to use his platform that he was blessed to build during that time to be the voice for the people that's down low within the gutters of America, the poor people, the black people that they don't really care about. He sacrificed and he worked to a point where he was able to get us into the society, get segregation banned, and for us to join and integrate into the society. But as he got older in what he was doing, as he became more mature in the way that he was moving and understanding the global scale and understanding what he did with integration and how he put us into that environment, before he died, Martin Luther King was quoted saying, "I feel like I led my people into a burning building." I kid you not. You can go and look this up. It's sourced on the internet. That man said he felt like he led us into a burning building. And that building is on fire right now. I'm talking about it's steaming hot. I'm talking about, bro, it's cooking. It's almost charred remains. It was burning then. So just imagine how it is now. We've seen so many police killings ever since Martin Luther King and ever since we've been alive. Just think about it from our reference points. I'm 31 now. So people in my age range, we've seen a lot of killings. So imagine what the people during the 60s have seen and lived through as well. Hey, he said he led us into a burning building and he regret what he did. And this was right before he was assassinated. So he knew, he saw, and he understood that, man, this society, this environment ain't nothing that we want to be a part of. We could have just came back to Africa. I could have just told my people what like Marcus Garvey was saying, let's just go back to Africa. He should have did that, but we live and we learn. So we have to understand now, we have another opportunity to get up out of there and not stay in that environment and not be subjugated to what they're talking about. The leader of why the Civil Rights Act came into place in 1965 even regret the fact that he put us in that situation. And it's coming down. So we don't have to stay in that situation. We can move accordingly. We can move all around the world. We have this survivor's remorse and feel like we have to stay in that environment and stay close to the Europeans because what we've been through, we don't feel like we can do something on our own. As a whole, there's pockets of us within our community of people who can do something. We know what we can do and we are building. But I'm talking to some of my people who feel like they can't do nothing because of that environment, who can't do nothing because of their system. You can move. We have a whole world. We have a whole nother continent that we can tap into. The media that we've been paying attention to, that they put in our face over our youth and throughout our lives, has been programming us not to want to look outside of what's going on in that environment. So you got to pick your head up and start getting yourself to a deeper understanding of how the world operates and what's really going on outside of America. They put us in an American bubble and do not allow us to see the rest of the world because they want us so involved in giving our emotion and putting our energy into that system, into fighting or into building what they have going on. Now they're banking. I'm sure they're banking on some of our people protesting, sounding the alarm, saying, "Oh no, we want to be included. Why can't I come? Don't make this place segregated." Man, some of them can't even season food anyway. Like, bro, I don't gotta go in there and eat your food. Like, okay, you want to segregate? Go in there and keep your bland food. I'm cool with it. I even saw a meme one day. There was a brother. He was like, it was a parody. It was a parody, and he was like, basically, he went into the restaurant after segregation, after everything happened, and when integration happened, and he sat down at the counter, and he was like, "Let me get myself together. Let me eat some of these mashed potatoes." He was like, he called the waiter immediately and was like, "What's this? Like, did I get hosed and beat to come in here and eat this?" Oh man, he was very disappointed. So man, we can go somewhere else. We can go and build our own. We can go and do what we need to do. Don't cry about what they are showing us. Move accordingly. They're letting us know, nigga go, Negro go. We don't need you. We don't want you. Not even just us. Any other ethnic group. They good. They want to be by themselves. So let them do that. Let them do that. You don't have to fight to be a part of what they don't want you a part of. Let them have their life. Let them do what they want to do. Move accordingly. So, hey, that's why I came over here to the continent of Africa almost 5 years ago, because I saw the writing on the wall back in 2020. I was like, you know what? Nah. After I saw George Floyd, I'm like, nah, bruh. I ain't staying over here no more. Let me go on, try Africa. Let me go connect with my people. Let me go back to the motherland. So I've been here for the past 5 years, and I've been able to do a lot of things by the grace of the Most High. I have this YouTube platform that you guys are watching me on right now, and my wife and I, we've incorporated a farm. We have our natural wellness business, and we have a few different things going on. So I use my journey to show my people why we can leave America and we can actually go to another country and build something from the ground up with our people and with our family. So you have to take that chance. I took my chance. I'm over here in the motherland. I'm just trying to turn around and be a beacon of light and be a voice of reason and show my people what we can do. We can do this stuff. We can move. We can get out of the country. We can go see other countries, and we can go be loved all around the world, all right? My people over here have shown us real love. It's not hatred like they taught us, but there is some hating, there is some jealousy, but for the most part, it's nothing like we lived in America, all right? So, guys, listen, start diversifying. Figure out how you're going to get out of America. Start looking into different countries. Start looking into different ways where you can go and feel accepted and build something for you and your family. You don't have to go and beg to be a part of a society that doesn't want you. They don't want our money. Let's go. They don't need it. Let's go. We ain't got to cry to be over there. Just figure out where you're going to go. If you're trying to figure out how you can possibly invest in Africa, my wife and I, we want to invite you guys on March 30th. We're hosting an Africa Will Feed and Heal the World event. So on our farm, we have superfoods like moringa, ashwagandha, and soursop, just to name a few. And our mission and plan is to heal and feed the entire world. So if you're interested in trying to figure out how you can invest in Africa and start diversifying and get yourself in a position so you can potentially move out of that environment or just start generating revenue in another country, make sure you join us on March 30th so you can be a part of the conversation and see what it takes to invest in the continent of Africa in agriculture. All right, we look forward to seeing you if you're trying to do something with yourself. We waiting on y'all. Karibu. That's welcome in Swahili. But please comment and let me know what you guys think about President Trump trying to bring segregation back. Do you think we should cry about it? Do you think we should protest and try to go alone and be alone? Or do you think we should just come on to Africa or go on to another country and do what we need to do and build with our people? Let me know what you think in the comment box. And if you made it this far and you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I don't know why, but can you go ahead and hit that button real quick so you can stay tuned to the content and get notified when we decide to upload, so you can stay tuned to what's going on over here on the continent of Africa and the history that I've learned since I've been over here on the ground, all right? And if you're thinking about coming to the continent of Africa, we have free resources to help you get a good foundation to start your journey so that you can have the right mindset when you begin. And we also offer consultations and have Swahili courses for those who are interested. And we also have a community of like-minded individuals who are over here trying to build on the continent of Africa and do the work together. So if you're interested in joining us in any of those endeavors, click the link in the description box. We got y'all, all right? Listen. If you made it to the end, thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time. I don't take it for granted. And I hope this content was able to bring you some value. Don't be fearful. See the writing on the wall. Let's build in Africa. Come join us if you want to. Or if you want to build by yourself, just get started. Fear is nothing but false evidence appearing real. Let them bring back how they feel. Let them show how they feel so we can move accordingly. The system is falling anyway. So we got to get out of that environment anyway. So do it before it's too late. Don't let the walls close on you and you be stuck over there with crazy people who don't know how to act, who have the reign to act there because that's the law of the land, all right? Y'all stay focused, keep the shalom peace, and don't let these people stop you, all right? Shalom.